I'm Robin Miller. Welcome to Dinner Tonight, a show where I give you 2 complete recipes for dinner. 2 options, your choice. Tonight, calzones, 2 different ways. One's a French dip with roast beef in the middle, dunked in a porcini mushroom broth, and the second one is broccoli and mozzarella cheese and a sprinkling of Parmesan over top. Let me show you how to do it. The first thing that I do the day before I want to make my calzones is I take out of my freezer the refrigerated bread dough. I buy them, they come 3 to 5 1-pound loaves in the frozen food section of the grocery store. I take them out, I put it in a resealable freezer bag, gallon-sized bag, and then about a half an hour before I'm ready to work with the bread dough, I put it on the counter. So let me show you how you roll it out and fill these babies. It's awesome. Okay, I've taken one of the thawed bread doughs out and I've got it just right on my counter. And I like to use my hands. You can use a rolling pin. And I just press it out into a large circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be an oval, it can be a rectangle, because we're gonna turn this thing into a half moon shape anyway. So I like to get it to about a ½ inch thick. And then I'll show you the roast beef filling. I've already started slicing some deli roast beef. What you wanna do is just take those slices and cut them into bite-sized pieces. I used about a ½ pound. You could use up to 3/4 of a pound. That would be awesome too. And it goes right into a bowl. And the reason I'm putting it in a bowl is because I want to add some liquid smoke. This gives it that wonderful mesquite flavoring that makes it even more like a French dip sandwich. So just a couple of drips. You can tell I love this a lot. I have another bottle in the fridge, the hickory flavor. They're both great. Use mesquite or hickory. Okay, so I'm just going to give this a quick toss to make sure it's all coated, and then we go right to the dough. I'll show you how to make the calzone. Okay, I've already started putting the roast beef right down onto 1/2 of the dough. Just cover half of the side of the circle or oval or rectangle that you've made, because we're going to fold this over. So just spread it out. Leave about 1/4 to a ½ inch from the edges, so you have room to pinch the edges together to seal them. Okay, that's all that goes in the middle, but you can add cheese if you want. I just like to keep to the more traditional French dip. Now you pick up the untopped side and fold it over. And what I like to do to make the edges look kind of pretty is I roll them up. It also makes sure that you have a really good seal. So we're gonna fold up the edges. I kind of pinch everything together. Just like this. Oh, this is going to be so good when it's baked and warm and we dip it in a mushroom broth. And also, as this bakes, any mistakes you make kind of get baked out. So don't worry about it. It doesn't have to look pretty at this point. Now we're going to transfer it to a baking sheet. All right, I've got a foil-lined baking sheet. I love to do that so it makes for easy cleanup. Just going to coat it with a little olive oil cooking spray. And then be careful picking up the calzone from the counter or your work surface. It shouldn't stick, but just be careful. And that goes right to the baking sheet. There you have it. That one's ready. I'm going to show you how to make the broccoli one. We'll get them both in the oven at the same time. Okay, I'm just finishing up pressing out the second 1-pound loaf of dough so I can make the Broccoli-Mozzarella calzone. This is my boy's favorite. Super easy. You can use frozen or fresh broccoli. I took about a head of broccoli, cut it into little pieces, just got the florets, and popped it in the microwave for 1.5 to 2 minutes, just to get it a little bit soft. I'm going to put that right on. Half, remember we're just covering half of the dough so that we can fold over the second half. All right. Now I've got shredded part skim mozzarella cheese. That goes right over top. Oh my gosh, so ooey and gooey. This is a complete meal here too. You've got your vegetable, you've got your dairy. This is about a cup, cup and a half. Depends how cheesy you like your calzone, how cheesy your family is. We like a lot. We definitely like a lot. So I'm gonna use the whole cup and a half. And here's kind of a secret ingredient that I like to add. It is garlic powder. So it gives it that wonderful like garlic mozzarella bread flavor. So I don't even measure it. I just sprinkle it right over the cheese. Just like that. And every bite has a little flavor of garlic. Okay, now just as we did with the French dip calzone, I'm gonna pull up the untopped side, and fold it over the filling. Get those edges together. That's why you leave that little space. Don't worry about any holes. You saw that one, you just pinch it. Close it right up. You don't want the cheese to come oozing out all over the oven. And again, I'm gonna roll up. I like to roll up. That way I know for sure I've sealed it. Keep going all the way around. You're making a half moon. And remember, as I said before, when it bakes, it kind of bakes away any mistakes you've made. It gets puffed up and golden brown and nobody can see any errors that you may have made. Okay, now this one goes on to the foil-lined baking sheet, and then we're gonna top it with Parmesan cheese. Once again, we're gonna spray the baking sheet with olive oil cooking spray. Be very gentle with the little calzone. Put it right on the baking sheet. Now with this one, I like to add a topping, so I spray the top with more olive oil cooking spray, and then I sprinkle the top with grated Parmesan cheese. Yum. This gets golden brown and adds such a wonderful nuttiness. Okay, now they're both ready to go in the oven. Can you believe how fast? I just made two calzones, two completely different calzones. Oven's already preheated to 375 degrees. These are going in 15 to 20 minutes, they'll be perfect. I'll be back. Okay, while the calzones are baking, I'm gonna show you how to make the most simple and delicious broth for dunking in the French dip calzone. So first, I got these dried porcini mushrooms. You can use dried shiitake if you like those better. Half an ounce, all you need. They're super intense, really flavorful, but the key is that they're dried. So as they rehydrate, they create the most incredible mushroom broth. So simply pour that half an ounce or an ounce of dried mushrooms into a little saucepan, and then you add about 2 cups of beef broth. I'm not even gonna measure. I'm just eyeballing it, and you can do the same for more intense sauce, use a cup. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop this onto the stove and just let it simmer for the 15 to 20 minutes that the calzones are baking. Then I'm gonna strain it to make sure we get rid of some of the dirt, which dried mushrooms sometimes have, and then we're gonna put it all together. You'll see, you'll love it. My porcini mushrooms have been simmering in that beef broth for about 15 minutes, and I'm just about to get the calzones out of the oven. So what I wanna do is strain the broth through a paper towel lined sieve. And the reason you add the paper toweling is to collect any dirt that the mushrooms may have. Sometimes dried mushrooms are pretty dirty. Just better to be safe. Then you transfer the mushrooms right to that bowl with the broth, without the dirt, and you're ready to start dunking. I'm gonna go check the calzones. Will you take a look at these? Unbelievable, 2 calzones, so fast and easy. You're gonna love this, whether it's the French dip, dipped in the wonderful porcini mushroom broth, or the broccoli and mozzarella with the grated Parmesan cheese on top. 2 options, your choice. I don't even know how you're gonna choose. But wait, why choose? They were both so easy to make. You can please the entire family in about 15 to 20 minutes. If you like these recipes, please subscribe. I've got lots more up my sleeve. Love to share them with you. And I really hope you have a great dinner tonight. See you next time.